Good afternoon. I just had to talk about this, man. Yesterday, while playing or partaking in a round of golf with a buddy of mine, that this duck was in a failed clutch of circumstance. You know, he was in the failed clutch. He had one leg. I guess he didn't have enough to take that running start to fly off. And it was getting dark. So I looked at that duck. I was like, wow, out of the night that comes, it's about to be black as a pit from pole to pole. Wow. Whew, he thanked God for his unconquerable soul. In the failed clutch of circumstance, this duck knew. I'm looking at him. He has not winced, nor has he cried aloud. He's silent as a church mouse. But under the bludgeoning of this chance, he was his head up, looking. His head was bloody, but unbowed, baby. He was eating. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, it's about to happen. As cowardice they come, is without a doubt. Looms but the horror of the shade, here and there. And yet the menace of this poor little duck she is, we found him unafraid. But what was more amazing is that no matter how straight the gate or her charge the punishment, his scroll, this duck started eating because he knew he was the master of his fate, the captain of his soul. He was ready. Captain of his soul. He's ready. He was eating. He was at peace. And it takes me to another poem. Some would say, oh man, that duck crazy, man. Why don't he run? Maybe he didn't want to run. Maybe he had accepted his failed clutch of circumstance. Maybe he had decided that he's the master of his fate. Who's to say he wasn't planning on fighting? And it reminds me of another one of my favorite poems. Once more into the fray. The last great fight I know. Live or die on this day. Live or die on this day. Many would say that duck over with. But he might have been looking for the last great fight he'll ever know. Because he knew he was in his failed clutch of circumstance and he was going to be the master of his fate and the captain of his soul. So a lot of times in life we tend to run, we tend to avoid, we tend to look at our failed clutch of circumstance and we give up that power. We give up the power to be the master of our fate. We give up the power to be the captain of our soul. We show tears when we're loomed with the horror of the shade. But if you're going to be successful in life, you have to, at some point, accept your failed clutch of circumstance. You have to respect it. You have to look for your failed clutch of circumstance so you can experience, which may be the last great fight you'll ever know. But hey, just the story of a duck on the golf course, choosing to live or die on this day.